Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 Atlanta Braves baseball, and the Braves travel to San Diego in the first of a three-game series and lead it off for the Braves. Playing second base is Royster, batting second, playing center field is Bennell, batting third, playing right field is Matthews, batting fourth, playing left field is Burris, batting fifth, playing first base is Murphy, batting sixth, playing third base is Horner. Batting seventh on the catching is Pocoroba. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Cheney. And on the mound, batting ninth, Phil NIEKRO, old Nuxie himself. And for the hometown San Diego Padres, we got leading off playing left field is Richards. Batting second playing shortstop is Smith. Batting third playing first base is Thomas. Batting fourth playing center field is Winfield. Batting fifth playing right field is Gamble. Batting sixth playing second base is Gonzalez. Batting seventh on the catching is Sweet. Batting eighth playing third base is Allman. And on the mound batting ninth for the Padres is Randy Jones. Let's get down here to San Diego and get this game started. And Ken Castro joins us here this morning. And to lead it off is Jerry Royster. He's batting 275 with no homers and 16 RBIs. This is Randy Jones' 16th start of the year. He's 8-5 with a 3.65 ERA. And here's the first pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Randy. He tosses it over the first, and there's one out. And right away, I think we're going to have to make some changes here. It's the first time I think we've been to Jack Murphy Stadium, so let's make some changes before this game even gets started. Okay. Move some things around so it'll look better when it gets to that point. So we're going to move the first baseman. We're just going to move about everybody. Move the catcher to there. Move the first baseman. Put him here. Second baseman. Put him over here. Shortstop. Here. Yes, man. We'll leave the outfield alone. Okay. We'll just start with third base. We'll just work our way backwards. And let's see how this looks now. Sorry about that. See if this will look any better. And that looks pretty good. And now you got Barry Bonnell up, and he's batting .228 on the year with no homers and 9 RBIs. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Gamble's out there, a 63 and a 3. I think he's going to misplay this ball, folks. That's going to be, nope, that's just going to be a single in the right field. Drops in front of Gamble. He can't get to it. Barry's aboard here with a 1-out single. And Matthews comes to the plate. Sarge is batting .236 with 3 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball. This time Gamble does get to it. And there's 2 down. It's up to Jeff Burris to do some damage here with a runner down at first. And 2 outs. Jeff's batting .321 with 9 homers and 38 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate near the screen. Sweet makes the catch, and that'll be it. Braves strand 1. Braves nothing. San Diego coming to the plate with Richards, Smith, and Thomas. See San Diego's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here against the Braves, and then Houston comes to town for 3 games. Gene Richards batting .262 with 2 homers and 19 RBIs. Phil NIEKRO making his 18th start of the year. He's 9-4 with a 3.09 ERA. Here's the pitch to Gene. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. He's up with it for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here. And Ozzie Smith comes to the plate batting .269 with 3 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Royster. And 2 quick outs. Can Royster set a record held by many here with another putout or another assist? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes out Thomas, who is batting .231 with no homers and 16 RBIs. Sides retired in order. We get to the top of the second with no score. We got Murphy due up, followed by Horner and Kokaroba. Murphy's batting .224 with 12 homers and 27 RBIs. And you can see the Braves schedule here. They got 2 more games here in San Diego. Then they travel up to San Francisco to take on the Giants for 3 games. And here's the pitch to Murray. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Thomas at first. He calls off Randy, takes it himself, and there's 1 down. Bob Horner comes up, batting .273 on the year. He has a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gene Richards. He camps under it, makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 down here in the second. Biff Pokeroba get a 2-out rally going here. Biff batting .269 with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And that'll end the inning. The Braves go down in order. And we're to the bottom of the second. You got Winfield due up, followed by Gamble and Gonzalez. And Winfield's batting .256 with 11 homers and 37 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Nuxie. That one didn't knuckle. See what they put this one at. And that ball is driven out into left field. Jeff Burris does a nice job of getting over there, holding Winfield to a single. So now Winfield's down at first. And he's not going to stay there for long one way or the other here. He's going to be taken off probably. And Oscar Gamble's up batting .298 with 4 homers and 29 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this off of Nuxie, and that's going to be a 16. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And with Matthews' arm and Winfield's speed, he's probably going to end up down at third. Yep, Winfield's going to end up down at third with no throw. So now you got runners on the corner and nobody out. And Gonzalez comes up. and he's batting 143 on the year. The Braves will play back for the double play. They'll give up a run for 2 outs here. And Gonzalez, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the radius 15. That's going to be popped up. Infield fly rules in effect. Horner calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 big out. Now a ground ball double play gets him out of the inning. And you got Sweet up with catcher speed batting 205 with a homer and 8 RBIs. And he doesn't hit a ground ball, folks. He squares it up against Nuxie. The Padres are going to take the lead here on a double in the right field. And can Oscar score from first is the question. On a 36. Let's see here. Pull left. Nope. So that's going to be a 36. And he's going to stay at third. So that's an RBI double. Now you got first and second and third, 1 out, and the Braves are going to play the infield in now with runners at second and third. The Braves haven't been able to score many runs lately, so we're going to bring the infield in, try to keep this a 1-0 game. Bill Allman's batting 227, no homers and 21 RBIs. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss. Nuxie with a big strikeout there. His second of the game. Now there's 2 down and Jones is up. And Randy's batting 171 with no homers and 3 RBIs. Can he help his own cause here? And nope. That is a ground ball down the second. Royster fires over to first. And that'll be the inning. Got to be a little happy if you're a Braves fan. Only 1 run comes across the board. It's 1-0 San Diego as we go to the top of the third. Cheney, NIEKRO, and Royster due up here in the third. Cheney's batting 223 with a homer and 6 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Ozzie, at short. And that'll be out number 1. Phil NIEKRO comes to the plate now. And Nuxie's batting 171 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gonzalez. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the third. Can Mr. Royster get a 2-out rally going? He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Oscar. The Braves go down in order to the bottom of the third. San Diego with a 1-run lead. We have top of the order due up here for the Padres. Richards, Smith, and Thomas. Gene 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the left field. Jeff Burris calls for it, makes the catch. There's 1 down. And Ozzie Smith comes up. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one out to center field. Bonnell camps under it, can of corn, and there's quickly 2 down here in the third. And Thomas comes up, and he was a strikeout victim. He's 0 for 1 today. We drop the dice, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. And the Padres go down 1, 2, 3 to the top of the fourth we go. And we got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for the Braves. Bonnell, Matthews, and Burris. Barry singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gonzalez. 1 down here in the fourth. Can the Sarge get something going here? He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Smith. Quickly 2 outs here. Jeff Burris now with 2 outs, nobody on. 0 for 1 popped up his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Allman the third. He fires over to first. And the Braves go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the fourth with the big boys coming up here for the Padres. Winfield, Gamble, and Gonzalez. Winfield singled and came around to score the only run of the game. And that's a swing and a miss. Nuxie gets him out with a strikeout, his third of the game. Gamble comes up, and Gamble singled his first time up. He's 1-for-1. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Cheney calls for it, waits for the Rainmaker to come down. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the fourth. And can Gonzalez get something going? He popped up the third his first time up, 0-for-1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. And NIEKRO cruises through the fourth to the top of the fifth. San Diego hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Murphy, Horner, and Tocoroba do up here. Murph's 0-for-1. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. 1 up and 1 down. Can Bob Horner get something going here? And Horner is 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. No, it's not. It's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Randy's got the old R. So a fly ball out to center field, and there's 2 down. Here's Biff Tocoroba. He popped up his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. He popped up the second his first time up and does the same. The Braves go down 1-2-3. Randy Jones is cruising through this game so far, hanging on to that 1-0 lead. We got Sweet due up, followed by Allman and Jones, the bottom third of the order. Rick, he doubled and drove in the only run of the game his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Nuxie gets him this time for out number 1. Bill's up to 4 strikeouts. Bill Allman's up now. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts. And Nuxie's all of a sudden having that knuckleball dancing here in the night air in San Diego. Can he strike out the side? Randy's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. So he walks the pitchers. Never a good sign. Luckily, there's 2 outs. Gene Richards is up. He's 0-for-2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Nuxie strikes out the 3 batters in between the walk. We go to the top of the 6th, still 1-0. San Diego. You got the bottom part of the order due up here. Cheney, NIEKRO, and then it turns over to Royster. Cheney 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Winfield. He makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Can Nuxie help his own cause here and get on base? He's 0-for-1. And that's going to be against the lefty. 14, and NIEKRO gets a hit. Nuxie with a base hit. So NIEKRO's aboard here with a 1-out single. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Nuxie says, we don't need no stinking DH. Royster's up now 0-for-2 today. And that's going to be against the lefty. Be a 9 and 11. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Nuxie with his speed probably not going nowhere. Nope, he's going to stop at second. So first and second, back-to-back singles for the Braves, making some noise here in the 6th. Jones was cruising through 5. Now he's got himself in a little bit of a pickle with back-to-back singles. Barry Bonnell's up. He's 1-for-2. He's singled in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Barry for out number 2. So it's going to be up to Sarge to get this Braves on the scoreboard. He's 0-for-2 today. NIEKRO down there at second. It might still take a double to score NIEKRO even with 2 outs. And that's going to be a fly ball. Winfield says he's got it. Camp's under it. And that's the inning. The Braves strand 2. It's still a 1-0 ball game as we go to the 6th. You got Smith, Thomas, and Winfield due up 2, 3, 4. Ozzie 0-for-2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO is in the groove now, folks. He's up to 7 strikeouts. He has struck out the last 4 outs of the game. He has a walk in between that. Thomas is up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. He's up with it, fires over the first. That's the first out that hasn't been a strikeout in a while. Now you got Winfield up with nobody on and 2 down. He's 1 for 2 today. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. Padres go down in order. We go to the top of the 7th, and we got one hell of a pitching duel here. 1-0 San Diego. You got Burris, Murphy, and Horner. The big boys due up. Can they deliver? Jeff is 0 for 2 today. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Just how far is this one going to go is the question. That'll be a 7. And Kissick, get the right chart here. And that'll be a 7. Kissick, goodbye. Jeff Burris has just tied this ball game up. Randy Jones with his first mistake of the game. Now with a Burris. He's having one hell of a season here in 78. That is his 10th homer of the year. Now you got Murph up. He's 0 for 2 today. Can he keep this going, folks? That's going to be a 41, a rare play, a 54, and a 41. That's going to be a foul ball. Murph fights that one off. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Not quite deep enough. Winfield's got room out there, and there's 1 down. Warner comes to the plate now. Bob is 0 for 2. He's flown out to left and center. He can get a hold of this one, and that's going to be a fly ball again out to center. Winfield busy here in the 7th. Now you got Biff Pocoroba up, and Biff is 0 for 2. He's popped up to second twice. Can he square this one up? Instead of getting under it. That's going to be a ground ball down to Smith. That's a nice play by Ozzie. Gets to the ball, fires over the first. Pocoroba's out, but the solo homer makes it a 1-1 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. You got Gamble, Gonzalez, and Sweet due up here. Oscar's 1 for 2. Singled in the ball game, and he gets a hold of this one. Drives that ball into the gap in right field, and that's a leadoff double. Right away, San Diego's got the go-ahead run in scoring position. And Gonzalez is up 0 for 2. He's popped up and flown out. Can NIEKRO pitch around this? And that's going to be a ground ball, 55 and a 2. Now the fielding column 2. And the runner will get down the third. NIEKRO fires over the first. That's going to force the Braves to bring the infield in. Rick Sweet's got the only RBI for the Padres. He doubled back in the 2nd and drove in the only run of the game for San Diego. And Rick's 1 for 2. He struck out his last time up enough to get it again here. That's going to be a 7, 9, 12. That's going to be what is that again? It's going to be a 65, 35. That's going to be popped up in the shallow right field. Matthews doesn't have a very good arm out there, folks. Let's see what happens here. That'll be a 45 minus a 24 plus a 10. And they're going to send him here, folks. It could be a sacrifice fly to give the Padres a lead. It'll be a 61 or lower. Ken Matthews throwing him out. Yes, he does. Nice job by Matthews after I'm busting on his arm. And Aaron Reed joins us here. Oscar Gamble gets up and is fuming. Swears he beat the tag. 62. Throws him out. Matthews with a perfect throw. So that's a fly ball out to right field. That's going to end the inning. The runner gets thrown out at home on a double play, and it's still a tie ball game, folks. Nice play by Gary Matthews. We go to the top of the eighth, 1-1. Bottom part of the order due up here. Cheney, NIEKRO, and Royster. Let's see what happens here with Cheney, whether NIEKRO will come out of the game. NIEKRO is 1 for 2 in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Winfield calls for it, makes the catch, and there's one down. And NIEKRO is going to bat. We're going to keep Nuxie in the game here. A 1-1 game. He's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Oh, that's pretty cool. Aaron Reed's doing the 1982 World Series right now. And he has the Braves and the Red Sox in the 82 World Series after his replay. Says the Braves are up 3-0. And that was an excellent play, wasn't it, Ken? Nice job by Sarge after cutting up on his bad arm out there. And now Nuxie's up 1 for 2, 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. That'll be out number 2. So we're back to the top of the order, and Jerry Royster, can he get a 2-out rally going here? Royster's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 14 and a 36. That's a foul ball. He fights it off. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gene. Braves go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 1 apiece. Line scores the same. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors for both teams. You got the bottom part of the order due up here. Allman, Jones, and Richards. Bill Allman is 0 for 2. He struck out both times against Nuxie. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 1. And San Diego is going to make a change here. Jones is coming out of the game. He can still win this if they score here in the 8th. Let's see who's going to come off the bench against Nuxie. They only got 1 lefty on the bench. Jerry Turner is going to come out of the dugout here. Pitch hit for Jones. And Turner is batting .346 on the year with 5 homers and 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Nuxie. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is it going to go? Kiss it goodbye. A pitch hit homer by Jerry Turner. I'll be damned. These Braves can't find a way to. They find a way to lose every game. It's ridiculous. A homer by Turner gives the Padres a 2-1 lead. We're back to the top of the order. And Gene Richards 0 for 3 today. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris for out number 2. And Ozzie Smith comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the corner. That'll end the inning, but the pitch hit. Leadoff homer by Turner makes it 2-1. We go to the top of the 9th. Who's coming in here for the Padres, but none other than Raleigh Fingers to close this game out, folks. So Fingers is going to come in the game. Got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Can the Braves get back in this game? At least keep it alive and make it go to the bottom of the ninth. So where is Mr. Fingers? This is Raleigh Fingers' 25th appearance. He's 2-1. He's tied with the lead with 11 saves on the year with a 1.66 ERA. You got Benell, Matthews, and Burris due up. Barry is 1 for 3 today. Singled back in the first. Can he get aboard here for the Braves? That's going to be lifted in the left field. Gene calls for it, and that'll be out number 1. And here comes the Sarge. Gary Matthews, after throwing that run around at the plate, can he do it at the plate? He is 0 for 3 today. He's flown out the right center and grounded out the short. And that ball is going to be swung on and missed. Finger strikes out Matthews, and the Braves are down to their last out. Jeff Burris comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with the only run of the game. He hit a homer his last time up. Can he do it again and tie this ball game up for the second time today? And that ball is against the righty, 19, and that's going to be a ground ball right back to Fingers. He picks it up, takes his time, fires over to first, and that's your ball game, folks. The Braves lose this fucking 2-1. Take a look here at the box score. What a pitching duel that was. Hate to lose games like that. San Diego, 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Braves, 1 run, 4 hits and no errors. Of course, the only offense there was Burris. Jeff with that solo homer. The Braves were 0 for 2. They only left 3 men on base. And the Padres, you had Gamble 2 for 3, but the big hit was Turner's homer in the top of the ninth. Give them the lead, and again, the Padres only left 3 men on base. A hell of a pitching game by both pitchers. NIEKRO goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 7, and gave up that costly homer. He goes to 9-5. Jones, he's also now 9-5 with the win. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, struck out 1, and gave up the homer. Fingers comes in, pitches 1 inning and struck out 1, and gets his 12th save of the year. Now let's take a look at the rest of the games here in the National League. And you got the Houston Astros heading out to LA to take on the Dodgers. This should be a hell of a pitching matchup. J.R. Richards going up against Tommy John. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it was a good ball game, buddy. Damn Braves, it's hard to get them a win, even when they get the pitch and then they don't hit. NIEKRO pitches a damn 2-run game and can't win it. And the Dodgers win 3 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. The Astros 1 run, 6 hits, and 2 errors. Another good pitching game. Then you got the Expos traveling down to New York to take on the Mets. I didn't want to do it that way. Well, we're going to use a traditional. We can undo it, but we're not. It's 7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the Expos. 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Metsies. Then you got the Cardinals taking on the Phillies. This should be a damn good game. See what happens here in Philadelphia. You got Bob Force going up against Larry Christensen. See if Ken's Phillies can win here. And the Phillies beat up on these Cardinals since Ken's in the house. Let's take a look at this box score. The Phillies, 10 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Cardinals, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Nobody really did much for the Cardinals here. As you can see, no multi-hit game. Keith Hernandez had a homer in the game. He was Cardinals 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. And Richie Hepburn, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. And he had a homer. Michael Jack Smith hit his 15th double. That was Hebner's 5th homer of the year. They were 6 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Just clubbed the hell out of ball. Left 5 men on base. Bob Forsch didn't have his stuff today. He drops to 6 and 10, goes 3 1/3, 9 hits, 9 runs, and walked 5 and gave up the homer. Ural comes in 2/3 of an inning. Schultz, he heard nothing, seen nothing, and gave up 2 hits on an unearned run, struck out 3 in 2 innings. Little comes in 2 innings and struck out 4, so the bullpen did a good job. But Larry Christensen goes to 7 and 6, 9 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 6, and gave up the homer, and that was it. Nice job by the Phillies. Leading the National League East, and now you got the Cubbies and the Pirates. Holtzman against Burt Blyleven, and that should be a good game. And the Pirates clubbed the Cubbies. Woo! John Milner for the Pirates had a grand slam. 11 runs, 15 hits, and no errors. Milner was only 1 for 1 with a homer. I'll have to look at why he was 1 for 1. Cubbies, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Why the hell was John Milner 1 for 1? Was they that scared of him? They walked him that many times? Came in and pitch hit grand slam. Man, in the what inning? In the 7th? Let's see here. Going into the 7th. It was a tight ball game going into the 7th. It was a tie ball game. They busted 5 runs in the 7th. So cool. Tight ball game, and then they scored 8 runs in the 7th and 8th inning. Makes more sense. And the Reds taking on the Giants. Can the Reds beat the stinking Giants here? As Aaron Reed's in the house. See what his Reds can do here. And going up against the Count, John Montefiasco. The Count. Can they kick the shit out of the Count? And the Reds beat the Giants. Let's take a look here at the box score since Aaron's in the house. The Reds 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. The Giants 3 runs, 10 hits, out-hit the Reds. But the Reds outscored them and 1 error. Dreesen 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the game. The Reds were 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 12 men on base. Damn. Lucky you could get out of the game with a win. Look at that. Andrews and Clark were 2 for 5 and 2 for 4 for the Giants. They were 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. Mosque, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 2. Man, it was a bullpen game, wasn't it? Bourbon, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. Tomlin comes in 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run. Hume comes in, gets the win, 6 and 4, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk. And Barr comes in, keeps up with Raleigh Fingers with his 12th save. 1 inning, 3 hits, and 1 run. Wasn't pretty for him, struck out 1. And for the Giants, the Count goes 6 innings, 2 hits, doesn't give up a run. What the hell did they take him out of the game for? Probably a pitch hit, but still. Damn, if I would have. That's what they did. Pitching a damn shutout, and you're going to take him out of the game? I don't know about that. And gives up no runs. Moffitt comes in, 1 inning, 1 walk. Lavelle comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Jim Barr comes in for a save opportunity. That's strange. Barr 6-2 now with a blown save. 1 inning, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Crazy game. Crazy game. Gives up 5 runs in the top of the ninth. Like I say, why in the hell they took the count out? I'm glad they did, but that was stupidity. Stupidity on their part. So let's take a look here at the standings and leaderboard after June 20th in the National League. And the Phillies are still a game up on the Expos. The Pirates are a game and a half back. The Cubbies 4 games back. The Mets 14 games back, and the Cardinals 15. And out west, the Giants with that loss are now only a game and a half up on the Dodgers. The Padres are 3.5 games back. Astros 4.5. The Reds are now 6 games back, and the lonely Braves fall to 15 games back. Larry Parrish is leading the National League with a .344 average. George Foster, 15 homers and 56 RBIs to lead the National League. And I don't understand them bringing Jim in, but Jim Barr still leading the National League with a 2.01 ERA. Rogers with 11 saves on the year. And Doug Barr and Raleigh Fingers leading the National League with 12 saves. George Foster's leading in the MVP voting, and Steve Rogers leading in the Cy Young. Let's see what the pitching matchup looks like in game number 2 of this series between the Braves and the Padres. And it's going to be Mr. Divine going up against Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Shirley. So Divine against Shirley will be the next game on the channel. I want to thank Aaron Reed and Ken Castro for stopping in today. And if you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell and like button. It helps the channel out. And until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.